Alright, 16 personalities. Why am I taking personality? Why am I taking personality tests on fucking videos now? I don't know. What kind of content am I making? I have no idea. Let's just do this. What the hell not? You know, so maybe you're also curious. Do I regularly make friends? Neutral, because first of all, like, you know, online, yeah, I make like some friends, like, but not really. I won't say regularly. It's like a bit rare. In real life, also kind of rare. Like, I mean, sometimes I make one or two, but like that's pretty much it. I don't really like. I don't do it regularly. Maybe like once a month. Not really once a month. Maybe like 2 or 3% a year. I think. I don't know. But you spend a lot of your free time. I mean, actually, like honestly, this past few days, like ever since I started VTubing, I actually made like a lot of new friends. So I guess like that's nice. You spend a lot of your free time exploring various random topics that pique your interest. Definitely, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, that's just kind of procrastinating, I don't know. Yet seeing other people cry can easily make you feel that you want to cry too. Strongly disagree. Again, I'm not empathetic. Again, like I don't know, like if those of you who watch my streams regularly probably know how much I like, you know, how much for some reason, I'm not sure why, but I don't really empathize with people that much. I'm not sure. I myself am not sure why. We often make a backup plan for a backup plan. I mean, I won't say like often, but I do plan meticulously. I won't say it's like that often, but like I kind of like a lot of times I try to like automate a lot of things. You know, like I try to plan my days like systematically. Like for example, like whatchamacallit, I usually eat before brushing my teeth before baths because so that like, you know, after I eat I can immediately like, you know, I can immediately wash my mouth so there's no like food stuff on my mouth. I don't need to wash it again, and then immediately to bath to wash off the excess you know, grease on like my mouth usually after I eat. So yeah, you usually stay calm even under a lot of pressure. I mean, I don't think so. Actually, I don't think so. I mean, I don't really like, I don't panic. I won't say I'm calm when I'm under pressure, but I won't say I panic either. Like, I'm like, oh shit, I'm like, you know, the deadline is close, I need to do this quick. But like, it's not like, I won't really like, if that's the case, I won't really procrastinate, but I won't really say I'm gonna rush it either, because I am still a bit lazy, so I guess neutral. At social events, you rarely try to introduce yourself to new people and mostly talk to the ones you already know. In real life or online? Because if it's in real life, I'm guessing real life, because real life... Well, yeah, I kinda rely on my friends to introduce me to new people, honestly. You prefer to completely finish one project before starting another? Definitely. You're very sentimental. Definitely not. Again, I'm not empathetic, and prefer to, yeah, completely finish one project is just because, you know, it's easier to organize. Either like, you know, I guess it's like either me finishing it or dropping it off and never going back into it again. You like to use organizing tools like schedules and lists. Yeah, I mean, not that much, but yeah, I like it. Actually, I think it's like a bit like, not strongly agree, but like somewhat agree. I can somewhat agree because I do like using organizing tools. You know, I organize my days really like meticulously, but I kinda, you know, a lot of times I usually go, I don't know, like, you know, ignore my schedule because I'm that kind of person who likes to ignore my schedules. So somewhat agree, I guess. Because I organize my days, but I don't, you know, like, you know, this personality test thingamajig, I never planned this. I did not plan this. I actually planned to draw today, not do a fucking personality test. Even the small mistake can cause you to doubt your overall abilities and knowledge. I mean, getting like doing mistakes kind of like, you know, sometimes makes me feel like I'm stupid or something like that, but like I won't say it's something that makes me doubt my overall ability. I guess it's neutral, like, because, you know, it sucks. Like, I know I wish I can like look at my mistakes to like, you know, as like stepping stones to improve, but like a lot of times I'm like, god damn it, why did I do this again? I'm fucking stupid. And yeah, so neutral, I guess. You feel comfortable just walking up to someone you find interesting and striking out a No. Nope. Oh god. I mean, like, if it's me, like, I can't really walk to someone just like that. I need to, like, I need to, like, if I heard they're like cool or maybe they're nice, and then I heard we get similar interests, maybe I can, like, maybe I can, but just walking up, oh god, no. You're not really interested in discussing various interpretations and analysis of not doing definitely disagree. I really like discussing various interpretations and analysis of creative works. I really like discussing about things like that. So yeah, you are more inclined to follow your head than your heart. Yeah, definitely. I'm not like, I don't really follow my emotions that much. I'm like a logic person. You usually prefer doing what you feel like at any given moment instead of planning a particular daily routine. Like, okay, what am I supposed to answer here? Like, I like to plan my days, but again, I like to just like do what I feel like, even if I have a plan. Like, yeah, today I plan to draw like a sketch for like my next art stream, but like instead of drawing, I ended up here doing a fucking personality test. Why do I keep on saying test? I don't know. So I guess neutral, because I'm guessing. Actually, I think it's like somewhat agree, because I try to follow my schedule. I really try to follow my schedule, but I just like. Yeah, you're really worried about whether you make a good impression on people you meet. Yeah, I mean, somewhat. I mean, I don't want to like be an asshole at someone when they first meet them, but like, I don't really care that much about first impressions, but I don't want to make a bad first impression either. I think it's somewhat agree. Yeah, because like, I don't really care that much about first impressions, but I don't want to give like a bad first impression. Just like, a neutral first impression. I don't need to be like all fancy when I like first meet someone. And you enjoy participating in group activities. Depends on the activity, honestly. It depends on the activity, because if it's like an activity that I enjoy, like for example, like D&D, I really enjoy doing D&D. But like, yeah, I really enjoy doing D&D, and especially with friends. But if you're talking about something like, a group project, you know how much I hate group projects. If you don't know me, I really hate group projects, because I'm a bit like, especially with friends, because I don't want to yell at them. And I'm more, when doing projects, stuff like that, I usually do things independently. So yeah, kind of a strength, but kind of a weakness as well. So I guess like neutral, because I don't really like what kind of group activity are you talking about? So neutral. You like books, movies made you come with your own interpretation of the ending. I mean, honestly, somewhat agree. I mean, I like most stories. Like, movies and stories that where I can come with my own interpretation. I really like those. But then again, I also like stories that that got like a regular ending. Maybe it's a bit cliche. Sometimes that's also like really nice. So I guess like I'm gonna agree, because actually it doesn't say I need to dislike movies where I that's like where I can't interpret my own ending. So I'll agree. Your happiness comes more from helping others accomplish things than your own accomplishments. Again, about the empathy thing, I really go back to the empathy thing a lot, because I'm not really that empathetic, which says something I'm trying to improve, but it's hard because I don't know. I think I'm just naturally not that like empathetic. So I mean, I need to strongly disagree on this one. I'm trying to be honest here. I'm trying to answer this honestly. But yeah, honestly, like I find like a lot of happiness comes from my own accomplishments other than like other people's. So I need to disagree with this. Just being honest, I guess. I'm just being honest here. You're interested in so many things that you find difficult to choose what to try next. Okay, yeah, I mean, I agree with this. I won't really strongly agree because I don't really like, it doesn't go to the extreme, but like I definitely agree with this. Like a lot of times, even because even when I have a schedule, sometimes I get, I don't know, that kind of feeling where you're into like shiny objects. Like, ooh, that looks cool. Let's do that instead of like following my schedule. So I guess like yeah, it's agree. You're prone to worrying that things will take a turn for the worse. Definitely disagree because I don't really like. Honestly, I don't really think about that much about the future. I mean, I plan, but like I don't think about like what are like. I hope this won't turn out bad. Like like if I, for example, if I gamble, I won't really worry that much about losing because whether I win or lose, that's yeah, that's gonna. If I lose, I lose. If I win, I win. That's gambling. Don't gamble. Like I won't suggest you I'm not promoting gambling here, by the way. Like, I mean, I used to gamble, but I don't really gamble anymore. And I won't really stop anyone who wants to gamble. If you're an adult, like if you're an adult and you want to gamble, I won't stop you. I believe you're a responsible adult who knows what you're doing if you're gambling. But if you're a kid, then make sure I say you should wait. You should wait until you're a bit older if you want to gamble. Honestly, like kids and teenagers out there, yeah. So no, I think I'm just gonna disagree. I won't really strongly disagree because sometimes I don't really worry about it too much. But I calculate my risks. Avoid leadership roles in group settings. I usually try to, so I'll agree. Do I want to I don't want to fully agree because sometimes I need to step up. So a lot of times actually, a lot of times I need to just step up when nobody, like when the group is just a bit too like if the group is going like nuts, I'll step up. But if there's a different person who's gonna be a leader, yeah, I'd rather not be a leader. So I won't say I avoid it. I mean I somewhat agree because yeah, I avoid them, but if I really need to step up, I'll step up. Just like for example, like if someone steps up as the leader, yeah, that's cool. But then if that guy doesn't really coordinate the group and then the group just plunges into chaos, I'm the one who's gonna step up. If it's so the project actually moves on. You're definitely not an artistic type of person. Strongly disagree. Like if there's anything if there's one word that can describe me, it's probably artistic. I'm really not I feel like I'm really artistic, honestly. Just because I really like art-related stuff. I really don't I guess non-creative stuff. Like if I don't do creative stuff, I can go nuts. You think the world would be a better place if people rely more on rationality? Definitely, honestly, yeah. People will be the world will be a much better place if people rely less on their feelings actually. But a lot of times people need to I won't really say relying on feelings is bad. Relying on feelings is actually good if you because it's good for I guess your mental health, I guess. And I don't quote me on any of this, by the way. I'm definitely not a psychologist. I'm just I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a fucking cat. So don't quote me on any of this. But if we rely on rationality, technology is gonna improve way faster because a lot of people are don't really care about ethics or morals and stuff like that. But then again, sometimes ethics and morals are important. Even though I don't really care that much about morals or ethics. But I know a lot of people care about it, and it's okay. It's alright to care about ethics and morals. There's nothing wrong with that. That's it makes people comfortable, and I'm okay with that. If it makes you comfortable, you do you. But yeah, you prefer to do your chores before allowing yourself to relax. Yeah, definitely. This one I strongly agree with. I can't relax if I have work to do. You enjoy watching people argue. Depends. Okay. I mean, depends. If it's if it's argument between intelligent people, I really love watching it because you can get a lot of insight when watching people argue. For example, if you pitch two scientists together, they will argue like normal people. They won't really they will argue with their head, not their heart. So it ends up in a lot of really whatchamacallit again, a lot of insight. And you know, like for example, that one argument with, if I recall correctly, it's Veritasium, and then that one scientist who doesn't believe that it's possible for him to do that. I forgot. It's that car with the windmill. I forgot what it's called. What video is that? So like you know, the scientist placed like a bet of 1,000 bucks on if he can like prove it wrong, and then yeah, they just settled it with like a debate, like an argument about like a really scientific argument about about whether or not the thing is possible. If you know what, I don't think me explaining it is making sense. So I'm just gonna put the link in the top, like on top of me. It should be on the card on top of me if you like if you're watching this right now on YouTube. So yeah, I mean, I don't really enjoy watching emotional arguments, but I enjoy watching scientific arguments and people who argue like intelligent people. And plus, it's hard to argue with a really smart person, but it's impossible to argue with a stupid person. So I'm agreeing, because yeah, you tend to avoid drawing attention to yourself. Yeah, I know, I agree with this. I agree. I mean, when like doing VTubing stuff, I usually want to draw attention to me, just because I need attention because like I'm doing content creation stuff. But like in real life, I'm more of a I don't really like getting attention. So I say I strongly agree. Unless it's like the only exception is when I'm like VTubing or like doing content creation stuff. Your mood can change very quickly. A bit hard. I mean, yeah, actually, yeah. I mean, if you want to make my mood, like, if I'm just like, taking a stroll, like, a really relaxing stroll by myself, and then a Karen suddenly yelled at me for, I don't know, like, for wearing sandals. Yeah, if I'm just like taking a relaxing stroll at night at like the park, and then a Karen suddenly yelled at me for wearing sandals, yeah, I'd get really angry and yell back. So yeah, I strongly agree. Use patience to people who are not as efficient as you. I mean, I actually strongly agree at this, but like I'm trying to suppress this. I actually really like, I'm not a patient person. I get mad really easy. I got crazy anger issues, if you don't know. I'm trying to like, right now I'm still trying to handle this, like, manage my anger, taking an anger management class and stuff like that. But still, I still lose my patience a lot with people. So yeah, I think this got to do with like my upbringing. No, but yeah, I guess I say I strongly agree with this. You often end up doing things at the last possible moment. Sometimes I do when I'm like just lazy, but yeah, I'll disagree with this. You have been fascinated by the question of what if anything happens after that. Never really been fascinated by that. I mean, like, it's fascinating and all, but I don't really care. Honestly, like, I think I said this a lot on art streams, on my videos. I said this a lot. I don't care if I die. I mean, not like that. Like, if I die, I don't really care about what happens if I die. If I die, I die. I go to heaven, to hell, to reincarnation, isekai, I don't know. Whatever happens, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna find out when I'm die, okay? I'm gonna find out when I'm dead. Yeah, I'm just gonna disagree. I don't really care that much. It's just a thing. Like, death is just a thing that like that happens to everyone. When my time comes, I'm gonna know what happens after that. Until then, I don't really care that much. You usually prefer to be around others rather than on your own. I mean, I kinda wanna somewhat disagree with this, because I'm actually like neutral. Like, I'm neutral with what do you call this again? Neutral when it comes to like whether I want to be around people or not. But like, I don't think I don't. If you tell me to like be alone 24/7 or be with someone or a bunch of people 24/7, I probably choose being alone. So somewhat disagree. You become bored of or lose interest when the discussion gets highly theoretical. Definitely not. I love theoretical arguments. I hate, like, I absolutely hate emotional arguments. But like, if you argue with me and you start bringing up your emotions, like, like if you're talking about like scientific stuff and you bring up like, well, I don't like this because because it makes me feel bad or something like that. I'm gonna like, you know what, you win. I'm moving out. Definitely disagree. But you find it easy to empathize with a person whose experiences are very different from you. Strongly disagree. I struggle to empathize with people who are the same as me, like who has the same experiences as me. Usually postpone finalizing decisions as long. I don't postpone stuff. For as long as possible. Not. I'll strongly disagree on this one. You rarely second guess the choices you have made. No, I don't really second guess that much, honestly. Because there's no point, does it? A lot of times there's no point in second guessing what our like choices are. But sometimes there are actually choices that I regret making, but then again, can I actually like change it? I can like change it by like doing something else, but I can't really go back in time to change it, can I? Like if I did a mistake, I'm gonna like in the future I'm gonna try to like fix that mistake somehow. I'm not gonna like second guess my choices, so I'll disagree. After a long exhausting week, a lively social event? Nah, definitely not. Like if I'm going back from work, my first thing to do is like go home, turn on my PC and play video games. Not like some lively social event. Like social events are exhausting in my opinion. They're really exhausting. Like those really crowded wedding receptions. Yeah, definitely not. I usually like when I go to like wedding receptions, I'm like give my wishes to the people who are, I guess, having getting married, and then shove some food into my mouth because I really like going to wedding receptions because a lot of times there's a lot of food, and with the buffet and stuff like that, I can eat all I want. And I love eating. I wasn't, even though like I know I'm like skinny and underweight, but in my deep down I really like good food. I think it's maybe, I don't know, it's because I guess like I'm stingy, so maybe that's why like I'm really like, when I eat I'm like, oh, don't order the expensive ones. So when I go to a reception, I'm like, oh yes, time to eat a lot of expensive stuff. Yeah. Okay, art museums. Yeah, art museums are nice, but sometimes it does get boring. It depends on the art, honestly. Actually, if it's new art museums, yeah, I'll strongly agree. I really like art museums. Like, I won't really go to a museum twice, but once, yeah, I'll enjoy it. You often have a hard time understanding other people's feelings. Definitely. Again, like, like when people rant or like talk about their feelings to me, I actually really have a hard time to like, help them. I really want to help them, honestly. Especially a lot of my friends, like especially with a lot of my friends when they are like having problems with emotional stuff. I honestly, a lot of times I really want to help them, but a lot of times I'm just like, at a loss of what to say because I'm not sure what to say. Like, when people are like, oh, I'm like blah 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 blah, and then I'm like over here just like, yeah, I understand, but in deep down I'm like, oh god, what am I supposed to say? I don't know. So yeah, I actually always like have a hard time. You like to have a to-do list for each day. Yeah, I do have a to-do list for each day, but then again, I don't follow it. You're really feeling insecure? I don't really say really. Actually, I can somewhat agree. I don't really feel insecure that much. Unless I'm around my parents. I'm usually just insecure around my parents. Around like outside, I'm usually the one who makes people feel insecure. I'm sorry. Avoid making phone calls? No, wait. Taking a call. Wait, hold on. Making phone calls. So you mean I'm calling the person? Yeah, I do avoid. I usually just use text. Because like, you know, who uses phone in this time of day? But yeah, you know, I pick up phones. Like, I pick up phones normally, but like, you know, when calling someone, I usually just like, you know, unless it's urgent. If it's not urgent, then I usually just text them. Why will I call them? Like, I don't know, like, it's not really like an emotional thing, but like, you know, not really I don't think it's a personality thing, but more like a practicality thing. I just like, you know, I just think calling someone is just like, it takes time. It's kind of annoying. It's kind of annoying when someone just calls you. So yeah, I mean, if it's a text, yeah, so just send a text. They can respond whenever they want, or even not respond. I don't care. And yeah, I do avoid making phone calls, I guess, unless it's an emergency. You often spend a lot of time trying to understand views that are very different from your own. Yeah, I do. I really like looking at like even though I'm not empathize a lot, I just like find it fascinating to like, you know, see other people's like world, I guess. Like, you know, like for me, like, you know, I'm the kind of person who's I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say it because I don't really want it to be my, like, you know, when you see me, you're like, oh, I'm like that guy. But yeah, if you know, you know. But yeah, but I like to see people who have like different beliefs at me. I like to like listen to people who have different beliefs, morals, and you know, just different thought process than me, because it gives a lot of insight into like the person. It's like makes it easier, like makes it just a bit easier for me to understand. And it's just fascinating, you know. It's just fascinating to see how different people think from me, or like, you know, vice versa and stuff like that. Yeah, so yeah, I really do like you know, listening to other people talk about them and what they believe in, stuff like that. Unless it gets to a certain extent, you know, when they start getting like rude and stuff like that. Because I met a lot of people who are like really rude, you know. Like, again, I'm like, you know, I came when I was a kid. I went to a really Christian school, like a heavily, like a super Christian school, where atheist is an insult and being gay is a sin. So yeah. Which is why right now I'm kind of like, you know, I mean, you know, I'm just gonna say it, yeah. I'm not really like right now, because of that, right now I'm like, I don't really believe that much in things like I guess I just don't believe that much in God. And like you know, I mean, I'm an atheist, agnostic at best, but yeah. Okay, what else? In your social circle, you're often the one who contacts your friends and initiates activities. One really is. I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Like when VTubing, right now I'm trying to, but like most of the time it's like people who in real life it's usually people who invite me to like parties and stuff like that. While when I'm like right now, when I'm like as a content creator, when I'm on VTubing and stuff, I have been trying to reach out like a few times, but like, you know, most of the time it's just someone reaching out to me to like do stuff, and then I'm just like, yeah, why not? And yeah, so I say I don't really contact people. So yeah, I'm trying to improve this. I'm trying to improve on this because I want to like make more friends and stuff like that. If your plans are interrupted, your top priority is to get back to Antrack as soon as possible. Okay, where was my plan about drawing something today again? I don't know, strongly disagree. You are still bothered by mistakes that you made a long time ago. Yeah. I mean, I won't say strongly agree. I say agree, yeah. A lot of times, actually, that's forgive, no, mistakes. Not mistake. I don't really regret my mistakes, but like, you know, I thought of a different thing. Sorry, I thought it's like, you know, I'm bothered by when someone else wronged me, because, you know, I have a hard time forgiving people if people like wrong me on purpose. So yeah, but my mistakes, yeah, I don't really care that much about the mistakes I did. So I'll strongly disagree. You rarely contemplate the reasons for human existence or the meaning of life. Yeah, I don't really care about the meaning of life, honestly. Like, you know, honestly, for me, the beauty of living as a human or like as like a cat, the beauty of life is how meaningless it is. If you don't know, like, For me, like, in my opinion, life is kind of meaningless. I'm not saying in the bad connotation, I'm saying it in the good connotation, because it just really means that you can just give life your own meaning. What does life mean to you? That's the only meaning of life that matters. Any other thing, like, any other thing people say, like, people say the meaning of life is like, I guess, believing in God, or maybe like they believe that living is like pleasure to yourself, or maybe they believe that life is about donating to charity or something like that. Yeah, I don't care about that. Like, the meaning of life is whatever you choose, whatever you think the meaning of life is. If you think the meaning of life is like eating every single food in the world, then yeah, that's the meaning of life for you. If your meaning of life is what you may call it again, I guess what do you call that? I guess like playing every single video game, playing a lot of video games, or just enjoying life. You know what? Just relaxing and just going through life without like a worry in the world. That's the meaning of life for you. Everybody got a different meaning of life, and for me it's like that's the beauty of like life. And yeah, so I don't really contemplate the reasons for human existence, the meaning of life. No, I don't. And how far am I at? 77%. I may need to like go soon, so I may pause the recording in soon. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And like in a minute, actually, I'm gonna finish this 2 questions first, and then I'm gonna pause the recording just because I just need to go do something really quick. Your emotions control humor? No, definitely not. I don't really go in emotions. Never. Not really, like, I don't really care that much about, like, I don't make decisions based on my emotions. So strongly disagree. You take great care not to make people look bad, even when it's completely their fault. Not making people look bad. If it's, I say it's neutral, because I won't purposely make people look bad, but if they make themselves look bad, if it's a friend, then I'll help them, but if they're a stranger, yeah, who cares? I'll say it's neutral. So yeah, okay, before I go next, I think I'm gonna pause the video here, because I'm gonna, I need to do something really quick, so be right back, I guess. I'm gonna pause the video. Boop. Alright, I'm back, I think. No, probably. Okay, yeah, I imagine if I accidentally didn't pause. It's just me, like, for those of you who's watching the unedited version, it's just me staring onto the blankly onto the screen. No, but yeah, let's continue this way. Or not. Next, 80%. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, I just need to do something really quick. But yeah, your personal work style is closer to spontaneous bursts of energy than organized, consistent efforts. I mean, I try to be consistent, but a lot of times, yeah, I try to be consistent, but even if when I'm being consistent, sometimes there's just days that are like, sometimes there's days where I'm just really into doing stuff, or like there's also days where I'm just like, just meh. So I'll somewhat agree. Because while I do, like, there's like spontaneous bursts of energy, I also sometimes just, whatchamacallit again? Follow schedule. A lot of times, actually, just follow schedule. Well, when someone thinks highly of you, you wonder how long it'll take them to feel disappointed in you. Wait, why will I think of something like this? That's like so negative. Come on, why? Don't be that negative. If any of you out who's watching are think like this, come on, let me give you a hug. Come on, like, if someone thinks highly of you, they're not wrong, okay? They're not wrong. Why am I patting air? Like, right now I'm like making hand gestures, patting the back of the air on, like, in front of me. I'm stupid. But yeah, don't think too harshly of yourself. If someone likes you, that means they like you, okay? So yeah, so you wonder how long it takes to feel disappointed in you. When someone thinks highly of you, how long? Nah, I strongly disagree. You'll love a job that requires you to work alone most of the time. Actually, yeah, I would love a job like that, honestly. You believe that pondering abstract philosophical questions is a waste of time? No, wait, no, it's not. I definitely don't think it's a waste of time. It's like philosophical questions, and it's like, I know it's like a bit like I know it can be a bit stupid, but like, you know, this is fascinating a lot sometimes. I like thinking about meaningless stuff sometimes. A lot of times, it's just a lot of philosophical questions are like, you know, fascinating. So why not? Yeah, I'll disagree with this. Let's see. You feel more drawn to places with busy, bustling atmospheres than quiet, intimate places. No, definitely not. Like, you know, I hate my neighbors enough. Not literally, but figuratively, because they're like doing construction work. But you know, nah, I definitely prefer like quiet places a lot more. No, I'm not drawn to bustling atmospheres. I strongly disagree. You know at first glance how someone is feeling. Strongly disagree, actually, yeah. Unless they show it. If they don't show it, I probably don't know. If they like show it, like, you know, when they go to work and then they're like, oh god, I'm like, oh, I really don't feel like working right now. Yeah, I can see them. That they're like, I can see that they're fucking unmotivated at first glance. But if they're like, you know, if they're hiding it, no, I definitely can't really like see it. What's next? You often feel overwhelmed? Yeah, I mean, not really that often, but sometimes, yeah. Not often, but sometimes. Because I get a lot of projects that I want to do, like, you know, projects that I want to do, but then like, you know, so little time, and then a lot of things, I guess. Yeah, there's a lot of projects that I want to do, but so little time. So, and I really want to finish a lot of my projects. So, yeah, I'll somewhat agree with this. Not every time though. Like, I can manage my time well, kinda. Not really like well in the sense of like not really well in the sense of like, you know, I know when to like wake up and stuff like that, but like well in the sense of that, like, you know, I finish my projects one by one and in time, yeah. I complete things methodically without skipping over any steps. I have to somewhat disagree with this because I'm a guy, actually, I'll disagree, not strongly disagree, but disagree because I like taking shortcuts. I really like taking shortcuts, and I take a lot of shortcuts. You are very intrigued by things labeled as controversial. Depends. Because it depends on the topic, honestly. Depends on the topic. Because if it's things like, you know, controversial topics as in like, ethically controversial, yeah, like, I really like discussing about that. Scientifically, of course, not really like emotionally, but things like, you know, things like politics, like if we're talking about things like politics, no thanks, I really don't like. So I guess I'll somewhat agree because I'm intrigued by some topics, but not all topics. You'll pass along a good opportunity if you thought someone else needed more. Definitely not. You know, my advice in life: always take opportunities. Always. Never skip an opportunity. Like, you know, if I think someone else needed it more, like, if it's a friend, then I'll like, for example, if it's for example, like an audition to like a comedy club or something. If my friend may need it more, like I'd give them the, I guess, like I'd tell them that there's like this audition thingamajig, but I will also still join that. You know, it's either me getting, I can get accepted. My friend can also get accepted. Who knows? You struggle with deadlines? I have to disagree. I don't really struggle that much with deadlines. You feel confident that things will work out for you. Again? Confident that things will work out for me. I'm not sure what this means, so I'm gonna say neutral. And yeah, gender other. Thank you. You feel confident things will work out for you. What does this mean, actually? You feel confident that things will work out for you. I guess it depends on the situation, so I'm gonna say neutral because you know, because for example, if I know I did something correctly, most of the time I'm confident that things is gonna work out. But if I know that I did something, if I know that I did a mistake or I did a bad, I'm confident that things will not work out for me. So neutral, I guess. So yeah, let's see the results. Okay, let's see. Architect. Oh. This is like I actually like grab this whatchamacallit again? I actually took this personality test a long time ago, and interesting. Like, I also got architect last time, so hey, I think my personality didn't really change. That's interesting. So yeah, mine, I'm like mostly introverted, energy, intuitive. Huh. I actually thought I'm like more of an observant guy, but yeah, hey, I'm apparently like more intuitive. Interesting. Nature, I'm more thinking. Yeah, this one I'm definitely like, you know, I definitely agree with this one. I'm never really, I never watched like feeler and tactics, judging or prospecting. Approach to work decision making, judging, I guess. I don't know. Identity, assertive. This trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in your abilities and decisions. Yeah, that's neat. But yeah, can we start reading? Copy my results. No thanks. Yeah, I don't want emails. Yeah, you know what? Like, I don't know. Like, actually, nah. I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna read this because it's like a lot of stuff. But if you're curious about me or something, hey, feel free to like, you know, feel free to check out this website, 16 Personalities. And if you're like, if you want to know what my, you know, my strengths and weaknesses, my romantic relationships with what, my friendships, my parenthood, my career paths, stuff like that, hey, feel free to like, feel free to, whatchamacallit again? Check it out in this website, I guess. But yeah, and hey, if you decide to take this personality test as well, hey, feel free to like comment your results down below. I'm curious to see. Actually, I'm gonna be really curious to check it out. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. So good night, everyone, and today's keyword should be mice, because I saw mice in the art over here. Yeah, today's keyword is mice. So good night, everyone, and yeah. Inside of the day, architects are the most likely personality type to enjoy classical music. Interesting. I like classical, but then again, I like most music. But yeah, I'm gonna go now. Bye bye, everyone. Gonna actually draw now.